I wasn't trying to call you out on the chair fact that you didn't disclose.
I'm on? How do I know I'm on?
You're on.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the October 6th school committee meeting. It's a special meeting. We're doing some housekeeping items this evening. We have just returned from executive session. All members are present. So I'm just going to jump into our agenda that's already on the move here. So I have a number of minutes that I would like to get approval from the committee. There is, I'll just go through each one and ask you if you have any questions, suggestions, anything you've sent over to Lisa Aronian. December 10th, 2020 regular session minutes. Is there any comments, questions, addendums to that? No? Okay, seeing none. December 17th, 2020 regular session. June 3rd, 2021 regular session. June 22nd, 2021 regular session. Okay. And September 9th, 2021 regular session. Okay. Great job, Lisa Aronian, on minutes. I would entertain a motion to approve the December 10th, 2020 regular session minutes, December 17th, 2020 regular session, June 3rd, 2021 regular session, June 22nd, 2021 regular session, and September 9th, 2021 regular session minutes.
Moved by John.
Second by Amanda.
Moved by Dawn, seconded by Amanda. Roll call vote. Ms. Bigelow?
Yes.
Mrs. Raffi?
Yes.
Ms. Dvorsky?
Yes.
Dr. Savard?
Yes.
Ms. Koshin?
Yes.
Ms. Listevnik, yes. Okay, I'm going to skip oral communications since we're having another meeting next week and no one had actually signed up to requesting to speak this evening. We'll move down to policy. I have face covering policy EBCFA. Dr. Savard, do you want to take it away? Oh, I can't hear you. You have to unmute.
All right. I don't have that pulled up right now. If somebody else has it and wants to.
I was just going to, yeah, I can just jump in that we met in policy, and given that that DESE has kept the mandate for masks in place at least through November 1st, and the Board of Health currently has in Holliston a mask mandate for all public school buildings, which also would relate to the schools. We would like to keep the mask policy in place as is, but refer back to it after November 1st, once we get more data from DESE as to what the next steps are. We talked about the October 15th date that DESE said that if you're at 80%, you may want to decide whether or not you're going to unmask at certain levels. Because I just have the MOU that we ratified on, the union ratified on September 30th, and we gave 45 days to collect vaccine mandates. We won't have all of that data till after November 15th. So we suggested that we would wait till after November 15th to then look into the policy again and see if we would need to make any changes at that time.
Okay. So are we recommending that we keep that as a standing agenda item to discuss at our next meeting? So that our next meeting is November 18th?
Yes, not the next two meetings, right, 'cause we have two others that we don't need to discuss it.
But our next regular meeting,
Yes.
where we could discuss it after the date.
Right, and we set a policy meeting, I believe, for the 15th or 16th for that reason, yeah.
Before the 18th.
Okay, so we can review it again then. I can't necessarily see that anything is going to change at this time, but, who knows?
You don't know.
Who knows? I mean, I don't know,
reviewing.
vaccines could come out like any minute now. And for the 5 to 11-year-olds, and
You never know.
okay. Does anybody have any questions about that? Comments? No. Okay, cool. Moving on to old business. Dr. Custer, you have an update, or do you want to just move on to new business?
I think we should just jump into new business since
Okay.
we have a full meeting next week.
Yep. Okay, so strategic plan focus group. So Dr. Cusker had reached out to all of us asking if there were members of the school committee that wanted to participate in the strategic plan, which is going to be, run at a certain number of dates. It's not going to be all year. And both Amanda and Minnie put their names forward. So we have to. So I just want to vote to accept Minnie Gupta and Amanda Bigelow to serve on the strategic plan focus group committee.
Can I just, before you vote?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not worded exactly right, so
Okay.
this vote should be for the strategic planning committee, because
Oh.
the focus groups are open to multiple people, including you're having your own focus group on the 21st, so this should have said strategic plan committee. So Amanda and Minnie, if voted on, would be part of the writing of the document, so I just want to make sure that you vote correctly, since that's not written
Okay.
correctly, and I apologize for that. I did not catch that beforehand.
I did not either. I think it was said committee on the other.
I thought it had, but yes.
Sorry, there was two different agendas that were generated because we originally just had an executive session, and then we decided to add a regular session, but then there were two different agendas, and when we merged the two, some of the language, I think, got messed up a little bit. So this did previously say committee. So anyway, it is a subcommittee, so. All right, so I would entertain a motion to accept Minnie Gupta and Amanda Bigelow to serve on the committee on behalf of the school committee.
Moved by Stacy.
Can I do it?
Second by Catherine.
Moved by Stacy, seconded by Catherine. Roll call vote. Ms. Bigelow?
Yes.
Mrs. Raffi?
Yes.
Ms. Zaborski?
Yes.
Dr. Savard?
Yes.
Ms. Koshin?
Yes.
Mrs. Listevnik, yes. Okay, thank you. And then Dr. Cusso, do you want to speak to the accept capital reserve?
You should have that in your packet. Let me just pull it up. I had that. Do you have it in front of you, Keith?
I do not, but I
I
will
have
in a
it. I'm
second.
looking at it.
Okay. So it was in the,
Do you want me to share it, or
We have it in the meeting folder for today.
number two?
Yep.
Item number
so
two.
so this is just that Accept wanted to be able to create a capital reserve fund to support costs associated with acquisition, maintenance, and/or improvement of fixed assets, including real property, pursuant to a capital plan. I don't know if you want me to read the whole thing, but they just want to have our school committee vote on it. I am your board member on Accept, so that because it's capital and the school committees have input into capital, they just want a vote for the reserve.
And your
And the reason-
recommendation is for us to vote for it. Well, you're voting for it, so, right?
No, you would have to vote to accept that.
Okay.
And they're requesting a limit on the balance to be held in the reserve of $1 million.
But it looks like this isn't asking for any money. This isn't asking us to authorize any funds. It's just asking us to set up basically another account.
Yep.
They just want to have it as a reserve, yes, in case capital things come up.
Right, they're setting the account, we're not.
Right.
So is this like a grant, like a program of money we receive?
No, it's just that Accept is the collaborative that we use with how many other districts?
Oh, gosh.
It's a lot of us.
13, 14 districts.
And I'm on the board there as your voting member, so the superintendents from the various districts meet and we vote on all the policies and things for them. But I would get the vote as to what to spend the capital on if things come up. But you would have to allow, as the budget entity for the district, to allow basically me to have that input, and that's why you would have to give your vote on allowing the Accept to set up this reserve account.
And basically, so Keith, if I'm mistaken, or Susan, the money that we pay is our dues, right? Is that part of the money that they would take to create this fund? But it's money that we've already expended, like this isn't new.
Right, they're not looking for us to
Yeah.
give more money. It
Right.
says on the form that they sent us that the capital reserve will initially be created with funds from the existing cumulative surplus. So they have a surplus surplus right now, and I think some of that is COVID-related, just from the meetings I've been to. They did get some grant money for PPE, so they got some unexpected one-time funds, and that's why they want to be able to set this money aside for emergencies in the future.
Got it.
Because they have a statutory maximum that they can have in reserves. When they exceed that maximum, they have to return the money
Okay.
to the member communities. So the issue is that, when they return money to us, they always return money to us at the end of a year. In most cases, we may struggle to find a place to spend it in that time frame. So it's what they're viewing is that we're already paying for these services. And
Right.
so, they have a surplus, whether it be for like COVID, things they didn't do, or in the case of maybe one of their tuition programs ends up being a big winner for them. Transportation costs are down, gas prices are down. They want to be able to use this, and it's a perfectly appropriate thing. They presented it to the business administrator group. that what they want to do, and it makes perfect sense, because they're not going to assess us any more money.
Right.
You know, they're the lowest assessment on the planet, trust me. That we pay $4,000 a year for the services that they give us, with the opportunities they give us, is a crime to them.
Yeah, and
It's,
the
you know,
board members all agreed to this. I think we talked
Yeah.
about it at the end of last year, and then it just kind of,
Yeah.
over the summer, never
no,
got moved forward.
this is one of those easy ones, I think.
People look confused, so
Okay.
we don't typically talk about, every now and then we talk about accept, so I just wanted to make sure.
I
mean,
can learn about it on my own time. I don't have to take everybody's time up.
No, it's good, no, it's
Their
good.
website is out of date. It has Brad Jackson and
Well-
also the superintendent of Millis, who's not there anymore.
Well, I will tell them that, because I am going to be the new chair of the Accept Board. I haven't been officially voted, but I was kind of voluntold.
and we get better deals because of that.
Okay, so I would entertain a motion to allow the accept to increase, do I have to say increase its
You have to
capital
read the
reserve?
motion.
No, I
Yeah.
have a motion. Here we go.
So the motion is to approve the creation of accepts capital reserve with a balance limit of $1 million for the purpose of accumulating funds for the acquisition, maintenance, and improvement of capital items.
All right, thank you, Stacy.
And I moved it.
And she moved it.
I
Second,
read it and
I
I
will
moved it.
second.
seconded by Amanda. All right, moved by Stacy, seconded by Amanda. Roll call vote. Ms. Bigelow?
Yes.
Mrs. Raffi?
Yes.
Ms. Naborski?
Yes.
Dr. Savard?
Yes.
Ms. Koshin?
Yes.
Mrs. Listevnik, yes. Okay, cool. Okay, also, we are moving to ratification contract with the Holliston School Secretaries Association. We already discussed this in an executive session, so we're just going to ratify the contract, and I will sign it this evening, like when we're done. I would accept a motion to ratify the contract with the Holliston Federation Teachers, Holliston School Secretaries Association.
Moved by Amanda.
Moved by Amanda,
Seconded by Stacy.
seconded by Stacy. Roll call vote. Ms. Bigelow?
Yes.
Mrs. Raffi?
Yes.
Ms. Naborski?
Yes.
Dr. Savard?
Yes.
Ms. Koshin?
Yes.
Mrs. Listevnik, yes. Awesome. We do not have a newsletter this evening. Will we have a newsletter next week? Dawn, Lisa? Who else is on here?
It's possible.
Amanda?
If we don't have one next week, we'll have one shortly thereafter, but I have to reach out and see if people can meet before next Thursday.
Okay. All right, warrants. When did I sign? I did sign stuff, but I didn't bring it with me. Do you have the warrants listed?
I do not.
Okay, so I will deal with warrants next week.
Great band.
Okay, so any other items of information? Do we have anybody have any meetings that they've already set up?
Just the policy subcommittee one.
Okay.
November 16th, and I think we did
December
December,
6th, I want to say. I can tell you very quickly. Not that quickly. Tuesday, November 16th, policy at 2:15, and Wednesday, December 8th at 2:15.
Cool. Okay.
Amanda is going to be late today.
All right, our next meeting is next week, October 14th, in person in this room
Downtown Brittany.
at 7 p.m. And I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Moved by Stacy.
Seconded by Amanda.
Moved by Stacy, seconded by Amanda. Roll call vote, Ms. Bigelow?
Yes.
Mrs. Raffi?
Yes.
Ms. Naborski?
Yes.
Dr. Savard?
Yes.
Ms. Koshin?
Yes.
Mrs. Listevnik, yes. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. We'll see you next time.